Hello and welcome to Michelle's Magical Monday. We're gonna try this again. We had some little technical issues right at the very beginning, so I just restarted the video. So hello and happy Magical Monday. And it really is magical, but it is intense. So if you're feeling intense, it is real. The intensity is real. And it's a supermoon. It's going to be the closest supermoon to the earth for the whole year. So essentially the moon is closest right now to the earth as it's ever going to be for the whole year. And so what that means is you might see some technical difficulties that appear like Mercury retrograde. I've had a lot of people send me messages this week asking, is it Mercury retrograde? And the answer is no. It is a supermoon, and it is a supermoon in the sun sign of Cancer, which rules the moon. So we're in the moon's home sun sign right now. The moon is ruled by the sign of Cancer. So we're in Cancer season for a little bit more, like another week or two. It's usually around the 20th or 21st of the month that it switches over. So you do have a little bit more time in the moon's home sign. And during that time, you have Wednesday's supermoon. So today's Monday, you are in the 72 hour beforehand, whether you're watching this now or maybe you're even watching this as a replay, you're in that really power window. So 72 hours before a full moon, and it peaks around 2:30 in the afternoon Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday. So if you're doing invoking work, and it's a great week for invoking work, really, it is. So if you're calling something to you, there's sort of like this really sweet spot Monday and Tuesday and even Wednesday. But I always like to invoke. Someone asked me, what's the difference? They've heard a lot of releasing work for full moons. And my answer is I think of it as your most potent work at the full moon. So the 3 days before the full moon, I am doing something, anything I'm doing to bring in. I usually do 3 days of candle magic or 7 days of candle magic before something like a supermoon, unless there's an astrological aspect that sort of counteracts that. And in this case, there is not. There is some retrograde planets, but Mercury isn't retrograde. And so right now you want to be thinking Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, what are you bringing towards you? What are you magnetizing? Because a supermoon has a magnet energetic to it. So the moon being closest to the earth, think of yourself as the moon and the earth, and what are you bringing closer to you this week? So the moon is in Sagittarius, so you have fire, and that fire moon is going to be your action. So we're in, what action do you need to take? We're just a little bit past halfway mark for the year, but still in 7-11 actually today, which is a cool number. But if you think about it, we're at that halfway mark, just a few days past halfway for what do you want to accomplish? Maybe what were review your goals for what did you want to accomplish in 2022? You still have a full half of year. What is it that maybe you need to readjust? Maybe you're needing to take some action on what you're doing. Maybe you need to be like, no, I really don't think I can get that done, or that's not a goal anymore. So it's also okay for that letting go. So the full moon from Wednesday 2:30 on, for me, is more of that letting go time. So you're releasing and letting go and reevaluating for those 3 days. Maybe you're cleaning your house. One of the things I'm probably going to do tomorrow on Tuesday is smudge the house with incense and maybe some sage, and maybe I'll take bells and different kinds of musical instruments around the house to clear any stuck and stagnant energy. Maybe you want to do some actual housekeeping because Cancer rules the home. So a good old-fashioned house clearing, renewing, blessing. A lot of times I like to throw this time of year because it's still just after midsummer. You're not at the full first harvest, so it's a great time to spread things like flower petals around your yard, or just really, it's joy. It's a joy time. So what is it you're like putting your energy into? 7 is a freedom energy. So the month of July to me always has that 4th of July beginning. So we have the freedom. With a supermoon, what do you have to bury for your freedom? So to me, that's letting go of any kind of grief or old identity. What do you have to like really let go of as you're taking on a new identity, a more free energy? What has to go? What has to be let go? So proper burial of the old identity, grieving of maybe some hopes and dreams that didn't manifest. Maybe you're finishing letting go of some grieving of some of the things that are happening politically. Go ahead and do a burn ritual. It's a great week for letting some things go by the energy of fire, since it is a Sagittarius moon. Maybe it's also a good month to take a spiritual bath. When I think of spiritual baths, I love, if you live here in Central Florida, I actually like going to Kelly Springs and like spiritually cleansing in the spring water. Or maybe you want to just create a spiritual soak. So it's a good time to use water and fire, those two elements. So today we're going to just light a little candle that was given to me. I have this beautiful sage and lavender hand-poured candle. So just taking a nice deep breath. So to me, lavender and sage are one of my favorite combos because we are looking at the sage releasing and the lavender bringing something in. So we're just going to set an intention of bringing something in with the energy of fire. So go ahead and think about your wish as we light the candle for the collective. What are you igniting with this full moon? What are you calling in? What are you clearing? What wishes are you placing out onto the wind? And I wish all of my Cancer friends happy birthday. We have Ms. Mechanism has a birthday coming up. We have Leona. There's all my Cancers. Brenda, Brenna, and I know there's about 50 more, and I apologize, but happy Cancer birthday. And if you are a Cancer or Sagittarius, you're going to be feeling this full moon really big as far as needing to invoke the energy of change in your life. And that's really a theme for everybody. We're being asked to truly ascend into our transformation. And that can be a little bit sticky. It can be a little uncomfortable. I've been teaching intuitive anatomy, and one of the things that kind of came up that I wanted to share with everybody was the idea that sometimes when we have been too passive, just holding up our boundaries and are asking for things that we want makes us seem too aggressive. But it's just uncomfortable to ask for what we want sometimes. And sometimes when we've been too nice, it seems as if we're being a jerk all of a sudden if we're actually asking for our needs, and that's not true. There is something called balance. So we do want to really have the balance of getting our needs met, giving and receiving, being able to essentially make yourself happy and create a good, strong nervous system that allows yourself to put your needs first, get your needs met, ask for what you want without being aggressively attacking. You want to be able to ask for your needs to be met, but you don't need to make it be rude. You don't have to there is such a thing as over-truthing. There's a new toxic trait that's come out, which is people saying things in a rude, aggressive, nasty manner, and then just saying, but I'm just speaking my truth. And the answer, there's a balance in asking for your needs to be met and not being a toxic jerk in overcompensating your throat chakra. So with every chakra and with every system, you want to find the balance, the middle ground, where you're not out of balance, where you're not aggressive and not passive. You're in the energy of centered, balanced human behavior that is loving, compassionate, and kind. So you're going to get more by presenting things in a way that is a win-win-win. And if you've been in my world long enough, you know that that's one of my things. I absolutely love win-win-win scenarios. I don't believe someone has to lose. I don't believe there has to be a loser. I believe that we can all have it all. You know, that sometimes that cake and eat it too, but sometimes you also have to realize that what you really want is just a tiny little piece of chocolate that's going to have a better calorie count. You don't need a whole cake. So moderation. It doesn't mean you can't have dessert, but you also don't necessarily need to buy the ice cream and have like 400 flavors and toppings and whipped cream and all of that so that you actually feel sick from overindulging. So there's something really sweet happening right now astrologically about finding that zone, that sweet spot, that balance, that center. So that's what I feel like this full moon is kind of really asking for us to do, is to be balanced, centered, letting go of what doesn't necessarily feel good to us, calling in which does, and the energy of that Sagittarius energy of taking action, aligned action on what we want, getting spontaneous, getting fun, getting happy, but also taking care of business with the Cancer side of if your house is straight, your physical home, your house, your money, your job, if you take care of everything, you also get to play. So that really nice balance of work, play, home life, relationship, balance of everything is possible. And to quote Elizabeth Purvis, one of my favorite mentors of all time, you can have it any way you want it. And you also, have to get aligned with it. Raise your frequency to the one who already has it. When you come at things from your highest frequency, when you are coming at it from the frequency of I am worthy and I am deserving, and that doesn't make you less worthy and less deserving. It actually means that I honor you. I honor the divinity in you. I see the light in you, and I see you as a powerful divine creature. So I'm actually not putting you down, and I'm not putting me down. I'm seeing everyone as the energy of divine. That's the true meaning of namaste, right? I honor the divinity within you. When you start honoring the divinity in others, you actually start honoring the divinity in yourself. And if you do those two things in balance, you see the divinity in everything, every living, breathing cell. Every experience is one of growth and gratitude. When that's there, you get to truly embrace the divine, and you get to truly see the synchronicities and the growth and the opportunity. So this is that week. This is a good week to reassess, recalibrate, call some things in, let some things go, and get really aligned. In fact, it seems like today's entire theme for me has been balance. This morning we finished and completed the final decisions on creating a chakra box. So something I've had in the works for a little bit was a deluxe chakra balancing box. So that is up and available. I only have 12. It's got hand-picked crystals. It's got hand-poured candles. It's got a chakra balancing spray with Egyptian oils, handcrafted by me, all kinds of really wonderful things. So that will be available this week. It's also a great week to get lined up for the Egypt trip if you're interested. I have a really sweet special going on, which means you get my Black Rose Dark Mysteries program included for just signing up at this point for the mystical journey to Egypt in December. And then I have a really exciting announcement to make. I've put together a absolutely stunning in-person program with one of my amazing teachers. She is a Tantra teacher. Her name is Lardes. And the two of us are going to do an in-person goddess awakening and empowerment retreat for pleasure, the pleasure of the body and the connection to the divine goddess in a very physically enlightening way for embodiment. And we have put that onto the calendar for a goddess retreat in West Palm. It is an on-location retreat, meaning you would have to get your own housing, but it's a 2-day immersive experience in West Palm in August. And if you're more Orlando located, I'm going to be working with a different friend of mine, Patrick, for balancing out the masculine. Whether you're a woman wanting to embrace your masculine or understand it, or if you're a man who really wants to help see what a healthy divine masculine is like, we're going to be doing a divine masculine workshop, just an evening workshop in August as well. So lots of really great, amazing things coming out for August around balance. And like I said, one is truly the sacred feminine, one is truly the sacred masculine, and this incredible chakra balancing box, which would support either one or you, wherever you are. So that's how I'm excited to be able to support you coming into this week and into the next month. So let's just take a deep breath and let's do a little healing for the collective and for you. Resetting and rebalancing. Since balance seems to be the theme, let's just close your eyes on this energy and take a deep breath and just start feeling into your body. Feel your heartbeat. Take a breath in and out, that you're able to feel the breath coming in and feel the breath coming out. And as you do that, I want you to imagine going down into the earth, the energy I consider feminine, and just feel that support there. Feel that the earth is bringing energy up through your legs, through your tailbone, into your lower part of your body, bringing that up to your heart, opening up your sacral, opening up your solar plexus, opening up both your masculine and feminine into your heart, opening it up in your altar, bringing it down your hands, and imagine that it's balancing your heart, right and left, the amount of love coming in, the amount of love going out, the amount of breath coming in, the amount of breath going out, and just balancing everything, balancing your hormones in your nervous system, balancing your endocrine system and your lymphatic system and your muscles and your skin. And then just imagine bringing it up through your neck, releasing the weight of the world off your shoulders. And breathe all the way from the earth, all the way to your third eye, opening it up, cleansing, clearing, and releasing anything in your brain, balancing your brain chemistry, putting the past in the past and the future in the future, and being really here in the present now. And then just imagine opening up your crown chakra. And as you do that, you are being filled with liquid light coming down from above, the masculine energy from above, washing over you, washing over your entire field, your auric field, washing away, cleansing and removing negative energy, other people's energy, resetting you into you and everybody else out, washing away soul fragments, extra energy, other people's stuff, your own stuff, any self-defeating thoughts, and just from the top of your head to the bottom of your toes and out your feet and out your fingers, through your entire body, just releasing anything, tension, stress, anything that isn't yours, anything that is yours that you no longer need, and just really resetting your entire field all the way 3 feet around you, above you, below you, to the right of you, to the left of you, in front of you, behind you, within you. That you're resetting your connection to the divine, and you're remembering that you're divine, and you're remembering that you are part of all that is. And that it is your birthright to be in aligned action. And it is your birthright to be in aligned receiving. And it's your birthright to be in the highest frequency. And I want you to send that love out into the planet to anyone you can think of that needs a healing right now. Just think their name or think of the collective, sending that out and taking it back in. Breathing in all the love and then sending it out. Feeling the world getting reset and balanced and breathing it back in. And one more time for the collective all, sending out love to everything and anything that is ready to heal, awaken, align, activate, and then receiving that into yourself, receiving that into your DNA, receiving that into your personal space, that you are awakened on this 7/11/2022 day, that you are in wholeness and completion and activation, whether you're receiving this today or later, that you are in the remembrance of how powerful and divine and wonderful you are. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is, and so it shall be. And if you want to just take a moment here to see, smell, taste, think, imagine, request, command what it is you're calling to you, magnetize your frequency to rise to the frequency of the one who already is. Taste it, smell it, feel it, know it, for it is already yours. So I hope you have just an amazing week. It's going to be a good week with the supermoon. It's going to be a great week and a very powerful month. The rest of July is very intense for this energy of transformation and a lot of times that grace of getting what you have been asking for. It's time. The time is now, and it's here, and it's coming like a train, like the being able to find the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. It is now. So I hope you have an amazing week, that you live stunning and magically and joyfully, and I will see you again next Monday. It is always helpful if you like and comment. This is our Soul Circle Facebook group. So we do this live at 6 o'clock on Monday nights in the Facebook group. So if you're watching this as a replay, you can join the Facebook group to watch it live at 6 o'clock. If you're watching it, please feel free to share it. And of course, if you are watching it as YouTube, please share and like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We now have, we've now got a TikTok and everything else. So I'm trying to get some more content for you. I think last week we put out a really gorgeous meditation that I did, and you actually hear the water I did it in Mount Shasta. So we put out a meditation on the YouTube channel that you can go get the activation of your ancient and future gifts. That's a really powerful meditation I did in Mount Shasta. So that's there for you if you want to go to the YouTube channel. Pretty awesome. It's one of my best meditations I've ever done, and I was able to record it, and Marissa was able to pop it up. So if you're not on the YouTube channel, definitely check that out. And I love you so much, and I'll see you next week.